kesan mengikuti workshop ini tentunya sangat luar biasa. Metodenya sangat menarik, ada hal-hal baru yang saya jumpai. Misalnya ada burning questions, ada reflection, ada games yang seru. Terus ini pertama kali mengikuti workshop di Lokon menggunakan bahasa Inggris, itu luar biasa sekali.
Baru saja mengikuti workshop tentang empowering teachers and how to teach well, effectively, and so on. Yeah. Actually, yesterday I also follow another workshop about how to teach also. But today I am, I may say, enforced again or equipped again with the new strategies. There are lots of strategies on how to teach well. So I am grateful to Mr. Arnil because I got many things from him, especially how to teach, how to make students engage in classrooms. Thanks, Mr. Arnil and all of us. Thank you.
Terima kasih Sir Arnil sudah memberikan kami ilmu. Beberapa dari kami sudah lupa mungkin tentang ilmu-ilmu yang diberikan, pengetahuan-pengetahuan, dan kami di-refresh. Thank you very much for your kind attention, for all the efforts preparing it for all of us. Thank you and God bless.
If you think you're already seven in the group, please stand up so we will recognize. Please stand up. Move right. Don't be afraid. Again, there should only be one or two Filipinos in the group. Then one Wakasek SMP, one Wakasek Thank you, teachers. Despite of your busy schedule, you're able to come here and have your first from the Philippines. And this is now my 24 years of teaching or be part of the education institution. Okay, my major is mathematics, and I was being promoted before as vice principal every time I visited other schools. So Lokon is now my fourth school since I joined in Indonesia 2008. Okay, so I need only 6 units to finish my educational management. That's why I'm more into this kind of thing. Although I'm a teacher by profession, so I know also how you feel as teachers inside your classrooms. Okay, the dilemma of sleeping only 4 hours or 3 hours, depending on the marking, depending on the class preparation, and making report, making comments. Okay, so today we will be empowered as educators, and I hope we only have heroes here. Participate. Please don't use your cell phone as much as possible. Do not translate. Okay? So we are all here to learn, especially English. And the last one is have fun. Okay, you only have 1 minute left. Make sure each member of the group has shared something. Okay, please ask. Okay, if you're not a teacher or you're part of the administration or a staff, you are considered as teachers. So please, you're welcome to this workshop. Okay, can be yes. Okay, Mr. Alan, how will you explain that can be yes?
Thank you, sir. I think if my class is noisy, sometimes it's fine by me if I have the class to discuss about specific things.
Thank you so much. So there are two perspectives here. Okay, either there's something that is going on in the class, or there's nothing happening in the class. The question is, why are you here? Why are you at school if you're not enjoying it? Have a self-respect. If you don't love the children, SMP or SMA, it's not like this intimate love, but you consider them as part of your family or let's say a friend, then you are the right person to be at school. Okay, again, you're here, student there, you listen to me, I'm talking all throughout. Then what will happen? Students will get sleepy, bored, and who knows, they're already fighting there, right? So you have to make your lessons interactive, like question and answer. Make them feel that you're part of your lesson. Can you tell me who says this? Tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, but involve me and I will learn. Anyone? I can ask that. So, Patrick, that sometimes we go to class, the teacher will just deliver the lesson. It's like in the university, right? In the university, you just come in, whatever you do there, the professor doesn't care. Because for them, as long as they deliver the syllabus, it's fine. Done. Okay? So tell me and I forget. Of course, as a student, if we have that kind of system, we just get in and then after that, it's gone. Sure, in front of them, we guide them, we involve them, of course, to the right way. That these experiences will be memorable for them. Okay? The second one is math. Make a difference. As a teacher, you need to be aware and remember the great responsibility that comes with your profession. So one of the goals as a teacher is to make a difference. How will you do that? We have to make them feel special, safe, and secure when they are in your classroom. Okay? I hope that no one will feel like I don't want to go to that class because my teacher is so terror or so strict. Okay? When your students may not getting support from home, at least you will make a difference and provide help for them. That is our purpose. Why we have to make a difference at least. Third, we have to spread positivity. Okay, is also part of our 5 pillars. The bigger positive. So as a teacher, you have a beautiful smile, so don't get to flash it as much as possible throughout the day. Share your best smile. You may face battles of your own in your personal life, but once you enter that classroom, you should leave all it behind before you step foot in the door. For example, you're married and you have conflict at home with your wife. Please don't bring that emotion in the class. Okay? Okay? As much as possible, at the beginning of the school year, you have some plans. How will you know each of them? Okay? And get personal by knowing their interests, their capability. If you're teaching math, you have to understand that your student has at least favorite interest in your subject. So what will you do? Okay? So do not throw back to him that you get mad because this student doesn't know how to do your subject. Then find a way that this student will at least not to love your subject, but at least to follow day by day. Okay? It's like practice makes perfect. It is important to get to know their learning styles so that you can cater to each of them as individual. If you think in your class it doesn't help, then recommend a student for extra lesson. Or let's say we have that in the afternoon session, Miss Gina, right? The additional class, if in case the students are really left behind in your lesson. Be approachable as well. You can be strict, but in the right way. But as much as possible, as teacher, we have to be approachable so that our students can come to us anytime they want. Okay? Number 5, give 100%. What do we mean by that? Okay? No matter how difficult the lesson is, you have to give your 100%. No matter how many materials you have to finish, in that session, you have to give your 100%. Giving 100% for yourself, for students, for parents, and school, and everyone who believes you. Never give up and try your best. Do your job for the love of teaching and not because you feel obligated to do it. Okay? Do it for self-growth. Do it to inspire others. And do it so that your students will get the most what you are teaching them. Okay? There's a saying goes that you cannot give if you don't have. Okay? For example, if you're a math teacher, of course, you should know how to solve the problem before you give it to your students. So, not only in your time, but also somehow the routine that you do in your class. We have to stay organized. Try your best not to fall behind on the marking or filing of students' work. That's what it means. If we keep on postponing marking our work, what will happen before the deadline? What will happen when paalan or payuda asks you to submit your grade? Right? As a teacher, if you miss marking those important papers, automatically, what will happen? You'll be stressed, you cannot sleep, you have an anxiety. Okay? Keep an organized planner and plan ahead. Keep the journal handy and jot down your ideas as soon as possible, so as to inspire idea forms in your mind. So why? Because if you think something, write it immediately, because you might miss that opportunity. Okay? So make a plan to put those ideas in action. We're not only keep on planning, but no action, so still it doesn't work. We have an article here saying that good organization leads to fewer discipline problems. I think I agree. Okay? If a teacher has a warm-up exercise on the board when students enter the room, this gives them a framework for starting the day that is lesson-centered. Students are expected to sit in their seats and begin working when they enter the class. Having a warm-up assignment ready each day means that the students have less free time to chat and potentially become disruptive. Which is true, right? If we are not prepared in our class, I'm sure you will delay your time. Okay, class, just sit down there. Wait for me, I'm doing something. They already missed a lot for that time. So we have to remember, preparation is very, very important for our students. Having a system for handling a late work can also help minimize classroom disruption. For example, during your quiz, there are 5 students who missed your quiz. Then you can just prepare that right away. Write the name and then set aside. Not like when they arrive the next day, it's time for you to find the paper or prepare for them. So it really eats time for your classes. Number 7 is be open-minded. Okay? Maybe you can reflect. Are you one of that? Are you an open-minded teacher? Okay? As an open-minded teacher, there are times that you will be observed formally or informally. But mostly it's informally. It's like, surprise, and you're outside your classroom. Something like that, okay? So who can do that? Your vice principals maybe, your principal, your directors. So if it says formally, you will be informed. Pastor Adam, I go to your class next week. Is it okay? That's formally informed. But informally is just, they're just, so every time you have, let's say, in the SMA morning assembly, I think Mr. Angelo mentioned about collaborative learning. Okay? So for the collaborative learning, you have to set your standard. It's not that only you let them do their work together, that's collaborative learning. No. You have to set standard. What do you expect for them to do? Okay? What's the criteria for them to pass the task? It's not only, okay, class, do this, and then you set aside, go to your table, and then sit, open your cell phone. Not like that. Okay? Remind the students how you would like work to be completed, as I mentioned. And you can only expect a lot if you give a lot. Okay? If you only give few lessons within the 40 minutes or 45 minutes, of course they will get only a less. Okay? So we have to plan that properly as teacher to be an effective teacher. Make our standards set. The next one is find inspiration. Okay, it doesn't mean we have to start from the scratch, but you can use your sources like books, education, Pinterest, YouTube, maybe you can use from TikTok, etc. Okay, we have to find something so that we are inspired to teach in the class. Okay, for example, there is a noontime show in the Philippines where we can also use that. Sometimes we apply that in our lesson. It's like the Pinoy Henyo. So this is effective in English or in science, where a student should guess what is the word on his forehead. Okay, so it's another way. Like if you're inspired by that game, then apply that in your class. Right? Number 10, embrace change. Take note, the only permanent in the world is change. We always change. Okay? 2002, when this school was built, I think Now it's just like the system that needs to be changed. Okay? As teacher, the new principal or leader arrives. Of course, when we have new principal, new expectations, maybe new challenges, but as an effective teacher, just go with the flow. If you know that you're doing the right thing, then you don't need to worry. And instead of stressing about change, embrace it with both hands and show that you are capable of hitting every curve that comes your way. We also pass that to our students. Let them make a reflection every time you finish the unit or every time they finish the semester. So at least you can align your lesson for the next coming month or for the next coming semester. An effective teacher reflects on their teaching to evolve as teacher. Think about what went well and what would you do differently next time. You have to be also creative. For example, if your method today really is effective, but do not repeat that the next day, the other day. Why? What will happen? The students will they'll get bored. You have to be creative, that make sure every day you have a different or something new for them. Okay? As teacher, your education and learning is ongoing. There's always more to learn and know about in order to strengthen your teaching skills. Keep reflecting on your work and educating yourself on what you find are your weaknesses, as we all have them. The most important part is recognizing them and being able to work on them to improve your teaching skills. There's always something positive to be found in every situation, but it's up to you to find it. Okay. So we have some questions there behind. It says how to be an effective leader. So this is the summary. But I believe this is not only the things that we have. As effective teacher right now, you can add more. Okay? You can add more. And part of that is you can put that in your reflection behind. What do you think can be added for that? Okay? So there are a lot. But I'm only focusing on these 11 points. I hope it helps, and you can write something about your reflection. Oh, yeah, I agree with that. Or, oh, I don't agree with having